All right. All right, everybody, welcome back. It is Ask an E-commerce Specialist, and this is episode number 2. And joining me today is Rich Aviles, who is one of our senior e-commerce specialists here at Sales and Orders. Rich works with merchants, helping them manage and advertise their shopping campaigns, Facebook campaigns, things along those lines, your product feeds, everything like that. How you doing, Rich? How's working from home going?
Hanging in there, I have makeshift offices in multiple rooms, with the baby and the dog. So just trying to stay ahead of it, that way.
You got the big screen back there, though. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It also doubles as a background because it's off.
Right. Exactly. So, with everything that's going on, obviously we're in New York and we're hunkered down. Things are getting worse before they're getting better, seemingly. But I think, what we've been getting is a lot of e-commerce retailers, a lot of merchants are asking us a lot of questions. Like, what should I be doing right now? Is there anything I should be focusing in on? I was kind of curious. I wanted to get your perspective on some of the things that you're seeing. I know we actually, I did this with Julie, and she had some great advice about negative keywords and search terms and things along those lines. But I know that you deal primarily with shopping ads, and you're also pretty well versed with Facebook and Instagram ads. So I'm kind of curious, any trends that you're seeing, anything that you think is extremely important that we should be noting for these retailers?
Well, definitely. And I'm not sure if Julie touched on this or not, but across different industries, I've been seeing a lot of either positives or negatives, right? More positives, actually, especially with e-commerce, it seems. Overall, I've actually seen a lot of positive, right? So with people who like dog food, pet, any kind of like pet treats or anything like that, we're actually getting really aggressive because they're considered essential. So, warehouses are still open, people are still working, which is great for them. And we're just seeing a lot of traffic for those types of products as people stay home and are going to the store less. So that's been pretty strong. Something else I've seen is a lot of ergonomics, right? So people who are helping people like me who needs a lot of help with a home office, right?
Like desk chairs.
Yeah, man. I mean, at least you have a chair. I'm like standing, I'm like kneeling, I'm doing whatever I can.
Oh yeah, for anybody to know that we a few of us took our chairs from the office.
Not me.
And I even have that.
To do that.
I still have the same desk. I actually, I was given the same desk that we have in the office as a gift. So I'm right at home here.
Oh yeah. So like kind of by industry, we're seeing some trends that way. Again, mostly positive. Now, something I've been really recommending to all people that I have, all of my customers, we're suggesting, or definitely I'm suggesting, running a lot of promotions during this period.
Mm-hmm.
The goal being and most important is to assist them making more conversions, which is obviously our job, right, as e-commerce managers. But B, we also want to work with them on getting their customers some help as well, right? So obviously everyone is tightening the belt, working on keeping their extraneous spending down, while they're staying home and having to worry about the pandemic and everything, right?
Right.
So if we can offer them any kind of relief through our sales, not only does that help them right now, but that also potentially gets them as future customers because, you offer them help during a time of need, I've definitely seen some positive results from that. Some of my clients have been getting, messages from people who have purchased and are actually, thanking them for, the 30% off coupon for the items that they needed, right? And, a lot of people believe, and, I also do have a bit of a marketing background, that a lot of, how people, a lot of how people treat their customers and the things they do right now are going to define their brand in the coming years, right? So they're going to think, what did, so-and-so.com do during the coronavirus to help their customers? Were they greedy and did they upcharge? Or did they offer a break and give a discount when people really needed it? So things like that, I think, are really helpful, for helping your own brand, while also helping people who really need it right now.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know, we're a people first company. So that definitely resonates with us for sure.
Definitely.
To that, with the promotions, something I just want to kick in here is it's very important that if a customer, if you're setting up a promotion for your customer, that the retailer themselves you really need to make sure that you're re-emphasizing or reinforcing the message throughout your entire website. One of the Google's best practices right now is obviously to just inform your customers, keep them informed, display special messaging indicating what your store hours are, if things are changing, what your fulfillment is looking like. If there are problems and we can't necessarily fulfill orders as quickly. But also that if you're going to be lining these promotions on your ads, and again, these promotions, for example, Google's merchant promotions, I know Microsoft Ads is a very similar feature as well. You can do sale price annotations with Facebook ads, things along those lines.
Mhm.
But the most important thing, in my opinion, is not necessarily the promotion itself, but what is going on at the end. And that's definitely what you touch on, is that there is this personal relationship, this one-on-one almost between the retailer and the customer, and I think we've been seeing it too. I've been receiving a lot of feedback from retailers just saying, thank you for all the advice and all the help and everything along those lines. So yeah, very much a testament to what's going on right now.
Yeah, and I think it's just like you said, as a people first company that we are, obviously we're looking to offer our customers the best advice that they can then use in turn and use towards their customers, right?
Right.
So, helping them in any way possible, even if it's something as simple as saying, hey, try running a promotion and offering a discount for the next month. Anything like that definitely helps set the tone for us too, right? Because now these customers who maybe they were hurting and now these sales help them bring in some extra conversions when they needed it. Now not only do they have customers that may last longer, and now we also have earned, their trust for a little longer at least, right?
Sure, of course, absolutely. Um, have you done anything unique, outside of the promotions or anything? Has there been anything unique that you've done, whether it's with shopping campaigns or even text ads or even remarketing or anything that you think really had a substantial impact on that merchant's experience with us, or whether it was driving up revenue, potentially cutting waste and improving ROAS?
Well, definitely, I've been focusing a lot on cutting wasted ad spend right now, because people are really concerned about overspending when they can't even really afford to, say, pay their own warehouse workers, right?
Right.
I've seen a lot of concern with that. So the ways that I've been working on that, are pretty traditional, but we're really just doing it a little bit extra strict, right? So things like ad schedules, campaigns on the device level, things like that. And these are things that we've talked about many times in the past, but now more than ever, they're actually really making a big difference. If you can save a merchant, $1,000 over the course of a month on wasted ad spend just by, setting an ad schedule for the weekend to be, less than during the week. Anything like that just helps. So I've done a lot of that. And just changing for search ads. I've been doing a lot of messaging updates through the ads themselves. So whether that be, just including lines like, we're here to help during these times or things like that, just to kind of put out the message that, not only am I a retailer, right? I'm also a person who's going through the same thing you are, just so that
Right.
you can get that connection, that person to person connection.
Yeah, because
Just put a lot of
retailers
that.
themselves, the business owners, we know of some that have had to take a hit, with all the state mandated shutdowns, some businesses just can't operate. They're not
Yeah,
allowed to.
it's tough, and especially for drop shippers,
Oh, yeah,
they're for them, they're really just, they're hoping and praying that whatever state they drop ship out of isn't locking everything down right now. So
right. Or even country at this point.
exactly.
It's
Yep.
insane.
Yep.
So how are you doing? Are you feeling good? I know you have, how old is the baby now?
He's just about 18 months.
Wow. Oh boy.
Yep.
You hear that, everybody? This man is working from home and with an 18-month-old.
And 3 dogs.
And 3 dogs, right? I
Yep.
think I got you beat. I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old now, but I
Yep.
two.
Definitely.
it's fun though. It's good because up here in my home office, every once in a while when I'm working, I'll get a little bit of a break of relief. My kids will walk in. I'm so entrenched in what I'm doing, but then my son comes over, asks me what I'm doing, and I guess it breaks up in the monotony right now. We've been working from home now, everybody, for what now? We're going on our fourth full month, I guess,
Yep.
right?
Fourth week.
Oof, jeez, scary.
But I can't lie though. I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, imagine what it's like to have a kid." Like, almost saying like it's a bad thing right now, right? But
Oh,
for me personally, I feel like if I didn't have my son, I would be going absolutely insane because keeping his schedule and his routine and everything day to day is kind of helping the time go by in a way that I don't think I could do without having him here. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah. Yeah.
What am I going to do? Watch TV all day, or I mean, reading a book is great, but this doing the same thing constantly is becomes difficult, especially in a time like this. But with the baby, it's at least helps the time go by.
Yeah, for sure. And finding unique things to do at home, especially with your family or friends or your loved ones, whoever, even just by yourself. I would stress that one of the most important things for retailers now is, or anybody really, is mental health.
Yeah,
Is staying, keeping this square, keeping it straight. So this is really tight and it's locked on here. I'm not floating away a little bit.
definitely.
We went on a hike the other day. There's a nature preserve trail over here. Really helped me clear my mind. I think I learned a lot, and I was able to process a lot of what's going on right now
Mm-hmm.
and how it's affecting a lot of our customers. Um, Now, I don't know if you think that there's any specific route that certain merchants should be going in, like what channels they should be focusing in on. I kind of want to get your perspective on what you think. And I always say the big three, obviously Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and Instagram. But is there anywhere like you're seeing in particular that really is having a lasting impact so far?
Definitely Facebook. I'm seeing a lot of action on Facebook. Just because, I mean, I guess more people are home, more time to
Right,
scroll, right?
right,
So obviously Facebook has a ton of users. We're talking billions of users, right? So with most of these people now home with more free time, or at least even if they're working from home, they're not so nervous to look at their phone with their boss, hanging out around the corner there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
so there's more scrolling time. So really getting out front in Facebook and advertising there I think has been really key. I mean, I know me personally, I can't do anything on Facebook without getting hit with like 100 ads like at any given moment.
right, right,
From whether I'm talking about say mattress toppers, things like that. All of a sudden, I'm seeing Mattress Firm and all these bed companies, or talking about wine and seeing
right.
wine sellers and boxes and sample this and sample that. So remarketing has been pretty big on Facebook. Advertising has been going up. I've seen a lot of my clients seeing a lot more traffic, a lot more sales, and definitely seeing those remarketing ad sets really starting to fill up and start taking on a lot of traffic as well. So that's probably the most important one, Facebook/Instagram.
Awesome.
I mean, obviously Google is always going to be Google, and Microsoft's going to be Microsoft. They're going to do what they're going to do, but
Right, but those are search and those are intent based.
yes,
Facebook and
exactly.
Instagram, it's all audience and demographic based, and
Yep.
and especially with DPA or dynamic product ads, it's essentially based on machine learning.
Mhm.
So there isn't as much work for the retailer to have to put into it. I mean, obviously, you being able to master our app and some of the tools and features in our app to be able to optimize campaigns that you
Yep.
wouldn't necessarily normally be able to do certainly sets a precedent, changes things a bit, changes the game certainly, but I think merchants are really going to benefit from something that reduces the amount of time and overhead that they have to focus in on
Yeah.
and can keep costs relatively low, in comparison. Because I've seen return on ad spend on Facebook, especially retargeting campaigns, like
Very
20,
high.
20x plus, it's
Yep.
crazy,
Absolutely. Yep.
substantial. Yeah, I think I couldn't agree more. I mean, what we've been noticing, and I don't know if John got to share this with you, and John, anybody out there, John's the director of customer successes, oversees our entire managed services team. However, our sorry, But this is what happens. You know what I mean? I have to quiet down a little bit. The baby's sleeping. But in
It's
any
okay,
case,
Tony. You can have imaginary friends. Don't worry about it.
right. I have my fish, man. I got my fish. He's my
Right.
buddy.
The fish needs his nap
Um,
time.
yeah, he's one fish for that whole tank. It's a lucky fish. But in any case, I'm noticing that the we had noticed that ad spend, especially retailers, and this is all of the internet. There's like spend has been quite low. It's been going down. Um, However, we're starting to notice that trend start to tick back up again. So there was this very short period of time where things started to. I think it was the shock. It was like that
Yeah, the
shock and
initial
awe
shock.
experience, right? That like it hit. But now people are starting. It's starting to even out again, which is a great sign. That's really a great sign that I'm seeing. I'm excited that trend is starting to upturn back to the positive. And
Definitely.
obviously, I think it's just with time and everything goes by, and retailers start to notice that they are still getting that traffic and they are still getting those sales.
And the thing too is, with an unfortunate side effect of this time is definitely, a lack or a reduction of sellers, right? So not every search is totally flooded with results, right?
Right.
So if you're one of these retailers that has the ability to stay live right now, which is definitely a lot of our customers for sure, um, you know, now is the time that I've seen to be a little bit more aggressive in pushing, right? Because the audience is there. You have to be smart about it, of course. But if you have the ability to remain a presence, definitely, continue to push. And I've seen a lot of the crazy thing is maybe the spend has gone down because the average CPC has gone down.
Right.
But a lot of people have seen a really big boost in traffic.
Right.
Which then you kind of mentioned earlier how Julie discussed negative keywords. That's definitely very important if you're going to go that route, is to make sure you're looking out for those overly broad terms. So, I mean, if you can do it, I'm letting her rip.
For sure, absolutely. I mean, why not? I mean, when the big players like Amazon start to, they stop advertising on Google or things along those lines. That's why that occurs.
Mhm.
The average CPC start to go down, which balances the equation with with the number of traffic going to the essential businesses, or even I had read that sales at Walmart for tops for like shirts is way up, but bottoms way down because obviously we're here and there's
You don't need pants. Yeah.
who needs pants when you're working from home, right?
Yep.
Don't take that. Don't take that
Yikes.
as actual advice. But yeah. Rich, I mean, this is some serious advice. You've really kind of dived head into this. Thank you very much.
No
I'm
problem.
sure our audience is going to be really thankful.
Yep.
Again, Rich Aviles, one of our senior e-commerce specialists here. Again, one more episode down for Ask an E-commerce Specialist. I'm loving it.
Yep. I look forward to being back on too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You got to come back. We're definitely getting you back on. We'll have you a couple times for sure. Obviously, as this changes, as the landscape changes, as the experiences change for your customers, you'll obviously have plenty of insight to be able to share, and
Mhm.
we'll be doing some more of these. My final message, Rich, to everybody, and it's something that I'm not changing, and I don't expect to be changing for some time, is I just wanted to say, everybody, again, thank you for joining us. Um, Absolutely subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to keep watching these. We'll be doing these regularly. Rich probably going to join a couple more times. We're probably going to do these every other day or every day potentially. But my message to everybody is, as always, is just stay healthy, stay safe, and remain informed. And that's probably the most important aspect of it all.
Yep.
Again, thanks, Rich, and hope to
You're
see
welcome.
everybody again soon.
Stay safe out there, everybody.